Hello and good early evening, everybody, on this Monday, February 6, 2023. As I want to welcome you to this last JV game of the season for the Suburban Crusaders, as this is against the Northpointe Panthers. I hope you are doing well. As we get set for this game. All right, last game of the JV season is right here in front of us, and Suburban wins the tip, and here is inside, and that one is in, laid in by Aiden Montgomery. 2-0, Suburban off to a quick start. As here's Northpointe with the ball, number 20 gives it to 14, and that one's dumped into 20, inside 45, and puts it in to tie the game at 2 apiece. Chad Glover, and that drived it, but now a foul is called, and 2 free throws coming for Mr. Chad Glover. "29 seconds into this opening quarter here, as that one is good. Second one is good too. 4-2 Suburban as Northpointe has the ball, and here's 20. And here's 14, and that one's almost stolen, but here's 14, gets it to 20, and guarded by Chad at 1, and gets it over there right side, 14, and guarded by Aiden Montgomery, and he gives it over the 20, guarded by 1 inside, 45. That one is blocked away by Suburban, and Andrew came away with it. And here's Chad, and Chad behind line finds it over, swings over, 1-3. That one's in and out, almost got it, but Chad got it back right there, Barmas, and that one went out of bounds, and it will stay with Suburban. 5:55 to play in this opening quarter. As that one's in there, a 3 for Montgomery. That one's off, but right there, offensive rebound, 1, and gets it back to Montgomery, and here's Chad with it, and Wad will try to make a move, and that was blocked by Northpointe, and that one's taken away by Chad. Here it comes in the paint, and he will lay it in. 6-2 Suburban. As a timeout is called by the Northpointe Panthers, and that gives me a chance to say welcome to this here ball game here at Suburban. I want to say I hope you have been doing well on this Monday, and of course at the end of this game I'm going to go over things for you, get you caught up and all of that, and I hope you are doing well. And as you can see, we haven't seen this all basketball season long, but if you we have some Northpointe cheerleaders here. So that is something you don't usually see here. So that's nice that they were to come out and support their boys. And as here's 20 with the ball out of the timeout, and swings it inside. That will be off of Suburban, and Aiden Montgomery ends up getting that, and then throws it away. And 20 has it for Northpointe, and here is 2, and gives 20. And 14 has it, guarded by Chad, and he takes it over there, 20. And 20 makes it in there, no. And rebound, that was taken away by Montgomery, and here he comes. Suburban up by 4. Montgomery behind the line, swings it inside. Chad, and Chad get away right there. Andrew, and he will lay it in. 8-2 Suburban as we play under 5 minutes in this first quarter. All right, 20 swings it over there. 14 behind the line, swinging in the right corner. It was a 2-point attempt, and it is no good. And here comes Chad Glover, And Suburban up by 6. Chad swings it up the top. 1. No good, but it right there. And it will be out of bounds to Suburban with 4:21 in this first quarter. So they're up by 6 as Andrew gets it in. Andrew Montgomery in the paint, and he will put it in to make it 10-2 Suburban. Northpointe with the ball. Here's 20. Guarded by 1. And now over the 14. And that one is off the hands of 20, but able to get it back. Here's 14. Guarded by 1. And swings it over there. And good catch by 21. And gives it to 35. And guarded by 1. And 35. And that one's dribbled off and able to get back and then almost taken away. And now it is eventually taken away by Suburban. And here comes 1. And Suburban has it up by 8. And 1 gets it over there. Ada Montgomery behind the line and throws it over to Chad. And Chad over there. And Aiden got the 2-point shot. That one's no good. Right down there. Ada Barbison puts it in for the 2-point shot. 12-2 in favor of the Crusaders. 3:20 to play and counting of this opening quarter. As here's 20, puts it over there, 14. And 14 behind. Oh, he takes a 3. That one's so good. And rebound, Andrew Reynolds, and he will give it to Chad. And here they come, up by 10. Chad with the ball and throwing it up there, up top. 1. Thought he was going to take it, but he decided to get inside, and he ends up throwing it out of bounds. When it will go to the Northpointe Panthers. All right, inbounded, and here come the Northpointe Panthers down by 10. Let's see if they can get their offense going. And 20 swings it over there. 21 back to 20 and guarded by 1, and now takes it outside. And he lost it. Somehow he got it back though, but he turned it over, and 1 has it, and that will be a reach-in foul. And it will be on Northpointe, and Suburban will get it out of bounds. 2:35 to play in this opening quarter. Okay. Out on the baseline, Andrew will put it in there, and he will find Chad in the left corner. At the short on the 3, but got it back and puts it back up, and that one's just in and out, and rebound by 45 and gets to the 35. And number 20 will bring it into the forecourt for Crosspointe. Crosspointe. Sorry about that. When I see the orange, it makes me think of Crosspointe, and it's Northpointe, not Crosspointe. As 21, that one is off on a 3, and Andrew grabs that rebound and throws it ahead to Chad. And here comes Chad with Suburban up by 10, and Chad up top 1, and backs out and gets inside, gets to the Chad outside, Aiden Montgomery, and on the right side, and Aiden and Chad, or whoever it is, and Aiden Montgomery puts it up, and it was no good. Under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter, the JV game. And here's 20 with the ball. And outside, 21, guarded by Aiden. And 21 gets it in. That one will be stolen away by Juan Vargas. And here comes Juan in the paint, and he will lay it up and in. 14-2 in favor of the Suburban Crusaders. Under a minute and a half to play in this opening quarter. All right, and that one's tipped and stolen by Aiden Barmas, and he puts it up, no good, and you got it back, and he will put it in. 16-2 in favor of the Crusaders. A minute to play in the first quarter. As Northpointe has it, and under a minute to play, and that one's taken away again, and that will be 1, and he leaves it in, 18-2. For Northpointe and gets it to 21. And he throws it in. That will be a good save, but right to Suburban as Ada Montgomery comes with it and fits it to Chad. And under 15 seconds to play in this opening quarter as Suburban leads 18-2 as Chad gets it right there, Montgomery. And Juan has it behind the line, 7-6-5. Ada Montgomery with it. And Salino there, Chad throws it up there, and that was deflected by Northpointe, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end as Suburban has a 16-point advantage, 18-2 over the Northpointe Panthers. I will be right back as we get ready for the second quarter coming to you next. All right, second quarter is here. Suburban up 18-2. As I do have lineups for both teams. I will go over both of those at halftime. Other besides the starters at Northpointe because those weren't marked when they were sent to me via picture by Mr. Gore. But that's okay. Yes, that one's taken away by Suburban with Samuel. And Samuel gives it to Andrew, and inside Chad, and dumps it inside to Bryce, and that will be a two-point shot. No good by Barmas, and good job collecting the rebound, and he put the deck up and got it. Nice job there by Aiden Barmas to make it 20-2 in favor of Suburban. As here's Northpointe with the ball. And gives it to 14, 20 does, and throw there 21. Let's see if they can, and that one's taken away by Andrew. And Andrew throws it ahead, and that will be, good job Chad, able to save it right there. Andrew inside, Ada Barmas makes it 22-2 in favor of the Crusaders. Northpointe with the ball, 20 has it, and that one gets it to 21. And 21, and that one's tipped and stolen again by Andrew. And here he comes. Oh, and that one will be no good. Good defense by Northpointe, and that will be a foul. And that will be Northpointe's ball. I believe played a minute and 10 seconds. As I want to say thank you to the crowds for both sides here, for Northpointe and Suburban. And, of course, I want to say thank you to those of you who might be watching or watch us at a later time. This is your guy, Matthew Fox, coming to you live inside the Crusader box. As this is, of course, the last JV game for Suburban as that one inside and that one is off. And 2 free throws for the Northpointe Panthers, 5:31 in this second quarter. Number 10. And that one is off. That one is going to bounce around, and that one did not go in, as here comes Suburban off the rebound, and Chad Glover gets inside, and over there, Ada Barmas. That one's no good, and that one's up in the air, and it will be Suburban ball. As I just wanted to back up and say this is the last JV game of the season for Suburban. As Bryce Perry throws it in there. That one's caught by Chad. And Chad throws it inside, as Carter could not get the pass. Went out of bounds, and will be Northpointe's ball. 5:15 to play in the second. And here's 41 for Northpointe, and has to get it to 20. Guarded by Chad, and 20 tries to get away and throws it to 41, and that one's going to be a little bit short, and rebounded by Samuel, and he throws it ahead. Here comes Chad, and Chad in the paint, and he will put it up and count that basket, and a foul. 24-2 in favor of Suburban. .450 to play in the second quarter. As here's the free throw for Chad, and it is in there. 25-2 in favor of the Crusaders. It's been all Crusaders in this first half, as a timeout by the Northpointe Panthers. So with 4:50 to play, that allows me to take a short break. I'll come right back out. I'll come right back with you out of this timeout. All right, out of the timeout we are. Northpointe looking for their second bucket of this game. As 20 with the ball and throws it over there, 35, and in the corner, 42 guarded by Carter, and that one's taken away by Chad, and here comes Chad, and he will slow it down and will allow the rest of the offense. And here's Samuel Hall. Samuel Hall throws over there, Bryce Perry on the wing, and throws it inside, and that one's turned over by Suburban, and 45, and gives it to 21 for Northpointe, as they are looking for their second bucket once again. Yes, here's 20, and throws it over there, 35, and that's a three, and it is good to be banked in. There you go, 25-5, as that is under 4 minutes, and this one is a travel by Suburban, I guess. As David and Elijah are going to check in for the Crusaders, and now number 41 checks in for Northpointe, or maybe just, anyway, maybe just being talked to, I guess. Under 4 minutes, and that one over the 35, a two-point shot, and that will roll around and no good, as now 20 grabs the offensive rebound, and he's guarded by Brady, and now David, and throws it over 35, and that one is good job securing that one. 45 throw over there, 20, and he will get away. Two-point shot is good. (25-7). Samuel with the ball, throws it over there, Elijah Bowles, and there's Carter Schlentz outside David, and he stepped out of bounds, stepped on the line, and out of bounds to the Northpointe Panthers. 3:08 it's 3:09, excuse me. As that one's tipped, and that will be, it will still be with Northpointe. And here is 20 in the paint, and turn around. Good defense by Brady Carter, but a two-shot foul. And and number 20 will go to the line 2 times. as that one is a bit short. Second one was good, 25-8. As a timeout was called by Suburban, I believe. All right, out of the timeout. 17-point Crusader lead, and here is Samuel Hall with it. Under 3 minutes in this second quarter, and here's Ada Montgomery. Throws it to Elijah, good catch. Elijah gets it to Samuel, a three. That one is short, and he gets it, and it comes right back to him, and he has it back, and here's Ada Montgomery. Ada Montgomery gets inside, and he will be fouled. And before the shot, as Suburban will get it out of bounds. Brady Connor to make the inbound pass, as he will find Ada Montgomery, and over there corner Brady, and outside Montgomery, and gets over there Brady Connor. Connor finds Samuel to Aiden, and Elijah Bowles inside, and then that one tipped, and that will be almost thrown away, but Suburban has it back. Ada Montgomery sets back, and that one's just off. And rebound for the rebound Carter, and that will be a foul on Northpointe. And Suburban should get it out of bounds there on the baseline again, and then they do. 2:10 to play in the second quarter. And Brady gets it in there. Montgomery, good. And up top there, Samuel. And here's Elijah, and he traveled with it, and it will be Northpointe ball. Under 2 minutes in this first half, and here's Northpointe with it. 14 has it, guarded by Montgomery, and he gives it to 41. And Gary Connor gets in there and gets the steal. And here's Brady. And finds Samuel. And Aiden with the ball. And Aiden bounces it outside Samuel. Samuel. Over there, Montgomery. And that one's taken by Samuel. A three-point shot. And that one is off the mark. And rebound, Northpointe. And 14 has it. Coming up on a minute 10 to play in the first half, and here's 14. Gives it to 45, and here is 35. Under a minute to play, and that one is a two-shot foul on Suburban, and number 35 will go to the line twice. 55.9 seconds left of this second quarter. As that one is good. 25-9. And that one is going to bounce in too, 25-10. as Northpointe makes it a 15-point game. Samuel with the ball and throws it there Montgomery. And Montgomery still behind the line, and that one bounced over there and taken away by Northpointe, and 35 has it and gets it to 45. As there are under 35 seconds left of this first half, and here is 45, and he lost it, and it was tapped out of bounds. As it stays right here with Northpointe, 25.4 seconds, and he throws it in there, 12, and that one is off, and that will be an offensive rebound for Northpointe. 12 has it and gets it out to 35. 20 seconds to play in the first half, and 35 takes a three, and that one is just a bit short. And that will be Suburban ball as the first half is winding down, and now good defense, and now that will be a turnover. And here comes Northpointe, and he will miss it right there, 35, blitz it in. And that's how the first half closes out. As it is a 13-point game. All right, so halftime here in a JV game, 25-12 in favor of Suburban. I will go over both lineups for you. Other besides the fact of the starters for Northpointe, that is. All right. All right, for the Northpointe Panther roster, we have what's going on here? All right, we have number 1 Josiah, number 12 Colin, number 13 David, number 14 Carter, number 20 Asa, number 21 Knox, number 23 Landon, number 35 Gavin, number 41 Will, number 42 Valen, and number 45 Caden. That is the Northpointe Panther roster for today. And then let's switch over to Suburban here. And these are marked. And of course, I do not know the coach for Northpointe. And so we have for the Suburban Christian Crusaders JV team, we have number 12 Chad Glover, number 40 Ada Montgomery, number 53 Andrew Reynolds, number 42 Juan Vargas, number 52 Aiden Barmas, number 55 Bryce Perry, number 51 Samuel Hall, number 54 Carter Schlins, number 50 David Leon, number 35 Brady Connor, and number 41 Elijah Bowles. Now the starters for Suburban, number 12 Chad Glover, number 40 Aiden Montgomery, number 53 Andrew Reynolds, number 42 Juan Vargas, and number 52 Aiden Barmas. And the head coach for the JV boys of Suburban is Mr. Matthew Herman. Assisting him is of course is Mr. Zach Gore, and statistician of course is Mr. Jonathan Ray. You guys know that stuff. All right, well, I will talk to you for the second half here, coming up in under 5.5 minutes. So I'm going to take a short break and be back with you then, all right? All right, welcome back here. So we have the second half for you between Northpointe and Suburban. As of course, Northpointe was down by a bunch. I mean, they've made it a 13-point game, so they have made it a game right now as we get started in the second half. As apparently that's the end of the third quarter. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's try that again. Third quarter, here we go, second half. It's okay, Madison. As that one is up, no good. And offensive rebound, Chad, and he puts it back up and scores. 27-12 in favor of Suburban. Yes, here's 20 for Crosspointe and Crosspointe. I did it again. It's not Crosspointe, it's Northpointe. As Sad gets inside and throws there Andrew. Andrew looking to pass, and as Ryan's an open Barmas, and he will just miss it off the front of the rim. Northpointe down by 15, and he gets inside 20, and he lost it, and that was deflected by Suburban. And looking to get inside. And he throws it right to Bryce Perry, and he throws ahead. Here comes Chad Glover, and that is going to, oh, he just missed it right there. Bryce Perry on the follow. 29-12 in favor of the Crusaders. And here's 20 over there. Inside, and that one is rejected by Barmas. At 35 for Northpointe, and looking to get it in, and gets it inside 45, and he puts it up, no. And rebound Andrew Reynolds, and throws it over there, Bryce Perry. And here's Bryce, and has to give it to Chad, and Chad back outside, Bryce. And Bryce finds Andrew up top and gets it to Chad. As Chad takes it behind, and then in the paint, and it's a travel on Chad Glover. 5:26 in the third quarter. Guys, I hope the start of your evening has been going well on this Monday and all of that. Yes, 20 finds over there, 21 in the corner, and that one is a three. That one's short, and rebound Chad Glover. Yes, Andrew. And in the paint, swatted away by Northpointe, not Crosspointe. And here's 20 with it. And over there, 14, a three. That one is off the mark, and they got their own rebound. And 20 puts it up, and good defense by Aiden. But 20 got it back, and that one's tipped in, now taken by Andrew. And he throws it ahead to Chad, and Chad by himself, and he will score. 31-12 in favor of Suburban. As a timeout by the Northpointe Panthers, as it is a 19-point game. Good start by Suburban in the second half. I'll be right back after this timeout. Stay with us. Out of the timeout. As 20 gets in the paint and throws it outside, 21. And outside to 20. 21 has it, throws it over there to wing, 14, a three. That one is off. And without the offensive board, and that one is negative by Northpointe. As that one's inside, but Aiden missed it, got it back though, and he throws it up there, and that one's off, and right there, Andrew, and he will not clean it up, and that will be a tie-up, and that will be Northpointe's basketball. 3:44 to play in this third quarter. As Northpointe has it, down by 19. Here's 20 with it behind the line, throws it over there, 42. 42 trying to work the baseline, and he throws it outside, and then a two-point shot is no good, and here comes Chad Glover. And Bryce over there, Chad. Two-point shot, Chad Glover, yes. 33-12. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in this third quarter. As here's 14 with it, and that one swatted, and Chad came away with it. He will just miss it. Right there, Bryce. And through there, Brady Connor, and that one got out of bounds to the Northpointe Panthers. 2:46 in this third quarter. As a three, as that one is no good, and rebound by Andrew, and gets it to Juan. Juan up top, now Chad up top, and gives it back to Juan, and he will try a three, and he will be short on a three. And here comes Northpointe off the rebound. They were down by 21, and here's 20, and through there, that one is a three, that one is short, and will go out of bounds to Suburban. All right, Juan Vargas here with the ball. There's a go. Good defense. Good defense by 44 of Northpointe, or 42, excuse me. As he forced a turnover, and here they come. Under 2 minutes in this third quarter. Here's 20 with the ball and gets it to. As that one will be a tangle for it, and that will be a tie-up, and will go to Suburban. Minute 44 to play in this third. Once again, good defense by Northpointe, as now that will be out of bounds and will stay with Suburban. Or actually, that's going to be Northpointe ball, excuse me. .35 for Northpointe, and that one is a three. That one just skips off, and that will be a rebound. Good job, and that will be not be saved, but a good effort, Yeah, Suburban has it up by 21. Here comes Juan Vargas. Samuel inside to Aiden. Puts it up, and no good, and rebound 45, and gives it to 35, and Aiden was doing good job on the press, and here comes, and here's 35. It's over there. 41 open for 2. That one's no good, and that will be collected by not Clayton, Carter, should I say. Yes, Bryce Perry in the line, and he looks to drive and puts up, and that one off the mark, and he throws it ahead. Northpointe does, and in the end, Samuel grabs the rebound. Samuel grabs the turnover and gives it to Juan. Under 40 seconds in this third quarter, and here's Suburban with the ball. Juan over there. Samuel behind the line, and he takes a three, and that one is off, and rebound 45. I do not believe Northpointe has scored a basket in this quarter, if I remember right. Inside, and that will be a basket for Northpointe. And speaking of which, they just do, as Bryce will be off at the buzzer attempt, and that's how the third quarter comes to an end. Fourth quarter is next between Northpointe and Suburban. I'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter right after this. Hey, your team might be down, you might be losing, but I love the team effort, you know. As we start the fourth quarter, last quarter for the JV boys of Suburban, as that one is taken away by Suburban. And here's Juan Vargas. He gets inside, throws it out there. Bryce. And outside David. He thought about it, then runs the drive and throws it out there. Juan will try, and he will be no good. And offensive rebound, Bryce Perry. As we played over 30 seconds, as Bryce will throw it up there. And that one pops off, and here comes the Northpointe Panthers. And behind, that one is off, and they ended up getting it back, and 45 drops it in there, 42 outside, as that will be inside, and that will be a good basket for Northpointe, 33-16. As we played over a minute in this fourth. Juan up top, Juan on the drive, Juan in the paint. Juan puts it up, and he does everything but put the basket in the hoop. Northpointe down by 17, and 14 with the ball, and that will be off of Northpointe and out of bounds to Suburban as the clock will run. As David lets a three fly, and that one's no good, but as they end up getting it back with Juan and David there, and Juan has it under 5 minutes in this fourth quarter, and he's over there, Bryce Perry, and lets David have it, and here's David. David puts it up there and got the basket. 35-16. Good shot for David Leon or Leanne or however you say it correctly. David Leon. That's what I say, but anyway. 4.5 to play in this fourth quarter. 35-16 in Suburban. And here's 20 for it. 20 gets over there. 42, a two-point shot. That one was way short. And Bryce has it and gives it to David. As he's a happy guy there. As here's Bryce. And that will be David again in the paint. David, and that one. They were telling him that he could have shot it. But that yeah, he did have a chance to shoot that if he wanted to, but hey, that's that's okay. But that's how we learn. That's how we learn. Suburban up by 19, of course, under 4 minutes now in this fourth quarter. And 41, fake, 41. Pass it outside, 35, left side. And 12 has it, and 35 takes a two-point shot. That one is off the left part of the rim, and gives it, and Brady Connor gives it to Juan Vargas. Vargas behind the line, as Vargas puts it up there, and that one just off the center of the basket. And Northpointe has it under 3.5 to play now in the fourth quarter. And 21 gets it over their left side. 12, that will be a bit short. And David comes away with a good rebound. And here he comes. As over there, Brady Connor. And over there, Elijah. And outside, Brady. And David. Inside, Elijah. Missed it, but... Because some of these guys here that are out here for Suburban, there are a lot of these guys that haven't had a whole lot of playing time in for JV, but they've had some minutes, of course. But, that's why, it's nice for them because obviously the season is winding down here. That one is off the mark by Northpointe, but obviously for the Suburban JV boys, they know the season's coming to an end. So, try to get a basket to their credit, right? See what they can do. As Juan Vargas. As Juan puts it up, and that one is going to bounce away and no good. And Elijah saved it right to 45. And under 2:10 to play in this fourth quarter. As here's 41. Outside to 12. That one is a three. That one's short, and he gets it back, though, and 21. And guarded by Brady. Throws it to there, 41. He takes a two-point shot, no, and rebound, Brady. And we play with 1:40 to end this fourth quarter. And the timeout was called by Northpointe, I believe, with 1:36 in this fourth quarter. But folks, the fourth quarter, the junior varsity season for Suburban is winding down here, and I tell you, man, they have really had a wonderful season. You know that? I've enjoyed. They've been one of the. They've been consistent in their play. But they've really had a great season. I'll wait to the end to talk about things, but I do have some things I need to detail about with you and all around. So that's when I will make. That's what I will wait to take my final comment about all that. But just stay tuned for it once this game concludes in 1:36. No, there is no varsity game tonight. No, there is no varsity game tonight. Varsity game is tomorrow night. Okay, we have a junior high boys game tomorrow and a varsity game, and both of those games are against Heartland. Okay. So I just saw your comment, and there you go. All right, but I'll get to that after the game, once this game concludes, to all of that, as we are out of the timeout. And that is a three. Brady, that one a bit short and out of bounds to Suburban with 1:28. As Brady Connor will make the inbound pass, and that one is thrown in there. David, and David gets inside. David, a 2-point shot, and that one just off. And right there, Elijah, he missed it. And as we are coming up on the final minute of this fourth quarter. If that one is good by Northpointe, 35-18. As Samuel Hall is short on the three right there. Carter, he missed it though, and he gets the back, and that one's off the glass, or just really was off. I don't think it hit the glass, as that will be a foul on White, of course, Suburban. And that will be out on the baseline. Northpointe will make it in. As that will be thrown in 12, and but I was just real quickly, I want to just there's a timeout by Northpointe, but of course a special thank you to the Northpointe JV cheering squad, or cheerleading group, if you want to call it. As I said at the beginning of this broadcast, is that you don't usually see that at most of these games here, at least not here at Suburban anyway. So it's nice of them to come be a part of it and cheer for their team. So that was very nice of them, and of course for the crowd for Northpointe. As this team was actually scored in Northpointe homeschool classes. So the probably reason why I started, at 6:30, is because of course. Obviously with the name, by talking about homeschool, most likely, all these kids had to be picked up for Northpointe and of course be brought here, So once they finish their school and whatever, but that's my assumption, but I don't really know, but that one is off by 21, and that will be taken by Carter and gives it to David, and we play under a half a second in this game. David over there. Brady Connor will be in and out with it. He almost got a basket as that one goes out of bounds. As Northpointe has it with 21.6 seconds. As once again the Northpointe coach calls a timeout. Towards 21.6 seconds left of this game, and I stand here and I just think about it. But our JV boys at Suburban, they've really had a wonderful season. I know Coach Herman will be proud of them, as I know he is proud of them. It's this. And, of course, I'm proud of these guys, too, Some of them, if you're on a JV team, maybe you'll be able to play on varsity next season, or, or be back on JV. It just depends how much better you improved and all of that. So it's just a very interesting concept there. As we play the last 21.6 seconds here. And 20 has it, throws it there, 41, and puts it up there, no good. And offensive rebound. And there's 41. That one is just off, but right there, 14, and he will put it up and got the basket and a foul. As that makes it 35-20. So good job for Northpointe, able to get just, I'm happy for them, able to get one last little basket, and of course one free throw. And once this free throw That one is up and no good, and that will end the game. And the junior varsity boys of Suburban finished their season with a victory by beating Northpointe 35-20. As that finishes off the junior varsity boys season for Suburban, as they finished 10-4 on the year. That is a stupendous record. I'm very proud of them for that. I really am. I know Coach Herman is too, and he is just that is spectacular. In fact, I just have to point this out, but that is going to end. That is going to be the best record out of all of our teams here this season. So congratulations, Coach Herman and the JV Suburban Crusaders. All right, I'm going to get right into it here, as I do have things I need to get you caught up on, as as I need to get into it here. All right, so the last time I talked to you was last week on Monday, if you can remember that far back. Last Monday on the 30th. As those are two girls' games that resulted in a loss. All right, let's go to Tuesday, January 31st, 2023, as the location was Crosspointe Christian Academy, where there were 3 games that day for junior high boys, JV boys. I have to say this. I just got a message from Mr. JD Ray, and he says, I would have had as many wins in the end if we didn't cancel the last 2 home games. Yeah, I do. He's I just got that, so I wanted to read that to you. But JD, sorry. JV will have the best record for this basketball season here at Suburban. All right, back to where I was. So on Tuesday on the 31st, there were 3 games, and then the junior high boys played Crosspointe, and they won that game 47-38. And then the junior varsity boys played. They lost 48-43, and I heard they were down 28 in that game. But they came up a bit. They crawled themselves back into it and lost by 5, 48-43. That's what I heard. But man, that would have been something. And then the varsity boys also played, as they lost 87-59. Okay. So that takes care of Tuesday, the 31st. And then last week we had a couple of tournaments for the varsity girls and varsity boys, and there was also something for the junior high boys. All right. So these two things took place. We had the Maranatha Baptist University tournament for the varsity girls and varsity boys, and then on Friday and Saturday, February 3rd and 4th, they had the Crosspointe Middle School shootout. Obviously, they're at Crosspointe. That was for the junior high boys. And then the Maranatha thing took place Thursday through Saturday last week. All right, just making sure I cover all my bases here. As let me now Let me go back to now Thursday. Thursday with both of the games for the varsity girls and varsity boys here. As I wrote all this stuff down yesterday, so don't tell me I don't do my job. You guys know that. All right, so. All right, so let's start with the Maranatha Baptist University tournament for varsity girls. And so the first game the varsity girls played, they lost 49-23 against Westwood Baptist. All right, that was the first game for the varsity girls. And then the first game for the varsity boys, they lost 68-57 against Westwood Baptist. All right, so both of them started 0-1. And now let's go to Friday. And the second game for the varsity girls, they lost 27-19 against Maranatha. And then for the varsity boys, they lost 50-46 against Maranatha. So very two entertaining games there for both of them, but unfortunately they lost and they were now at that point they were 0-2. And then on the Saturday, the third game took place, and those were two consolation games for both of them. And the varsity girls lost 54-13 against Tabernacle Christian. And the varsity boys for Suburban lost 81-66 to Tabernacle Christian as well. So both teams for varsity went 0-3 on the trip. And if you total that up, it's 0-6. So yes, things didn't go as well as they would have hoped to. Let's put it that way. This past weekend, over there at Maranatha. And so, with that being said, the champion of the Maranatha Baptist University tournament for the girls was Westwood Baptist, as they won against Maranatha 47-2. So Westwood Baptist won it for the girls, and then for the varsity boys, Westwood Baptist also won 76-57. That was against Maranatha. So both Westwood Baptist teams took the Maranatha tournament there this past weekend. All right. So that takes care of the Maranatha trip. And then now let's look at the Crosspointe Middle School shootout for the junior high boys now. Now, for the first game for the junior high boys, they won 37-14 against Crosspointe. And here's something I'm going to note here. As last week, as I said at the very beginning of the week, but it was like a Crosspointe week, as I said, because you had Monday games against Crosspointe, Tuesday against Crosspointe, and then the Crosspointe Middle School shootout. So, I mean, it really was like a Crosspointe week. And the thing about it was, the junior high boys team was the only team to win last week. And they did it 3 times. Of course, one time against Crosspointe on the Tuesday. And then, like I just said, they won 37-14 against Crosspointe in their first tournament game. And then now let me go to the second game for the junior high boys. They lost 47-22 against ICA. And then the third game they played this past on Saturday was that they won 27-17 against Tabernacle. And the junior high boys of Suburban finished 3rd place in their tournament. So I know JD was proud of them. Even got a picture of their trophy, and I know he was proud of his boys and what they did. And so I am also proud of them and glad they were. I'm glad that we were out of everything that went on this past weekend, something was able to be brought home, right? for Suburban, right? So congratulations to the junior high boys of Suburban for finishing in 3rd place in the tournament, or in a shootout, whatever you want to call it. But what I was saying, junior high boys were the only team to win last week for Suburban. Once against Crosspointe, 2 times against Crosspointe, and then they won against ICA Tabernacle to get their 3rd place trophy. So, I mean, it's just that is something. I will say that. As let me tell you now, the champion of the Crosspointe middle school shootout, as that was the Highland Latin Islanders, as they won 36-24 against ICA. As there you go. So that takes care of the Crosspointe Middle School shootout for the junior high boys this past weekend and all around there. All right, as now we have finished this game here again on this Monday, as once again this was the last game for the junior varsity boys of Suburban. And of course they won 35-20, as I remind you of that. So once again, the JV boys season is all over. All right, so now let me go on to tell you what's coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow on Tuesday, February 7th, 2023, Heartland Christian School comes here to Suburban as the junior high boys play at 6 o'clock. And then at 7:30, the varsity boys will play Heartland. As I just heard earlier today, the Heartland Christian School for varsity is on a 18-game winning streak. As I just heard that earlier today, as I just said. But I'm just telling you, that is unbelievable. So we're going to see if Suburban can end that streak. That is something else. That is quite a run. So we're going to find out. But wow. Like when I heard that earlier, like, wow, are you kidding me? 18 games in a row. So we're going to find out what's going to go on with that. And then I'm just going to give you this information now. I will remind you tomorrow after the games. But there are no games on Thursday. There was supposed to be a 6 o'clock varsity girls game against Good News Ministries. That game has been canceled, and there are no games on Thursday. So I just want to put that to note. I'll remind you of that tomorrow. And that's as far as I will go for that. So I've caught you up on everything I needed to. And that will take care of it sports-wise here for Suburban. So all right, so now I'm gonna be of course last week, do you remember I was talking to you about the Klingeman family, right? Do you remember me talking about that? And you know what you've heard, but instead I was just kind of talking about things, whether I was saying it right. I'm just going to tell you about this, and then I just wanted to update you just in case if you don't know, or all right. So, of course, this was last week, and the Klingeman family. They're from my church, Southeast Baptist Tabernacle, and they're missionaries to Guam. And their son, Caleb, was caught in a riptide and underwater for over 20 minutes. Bruce, Caleb's dad, tried to save him and was at the hospital with severe lung damage fighting for his life. Caleb was at another hospital and was told he does not have much of a chance to survive this. And, of course, we were being in prayer for all of that. And then Caleb went home to be with his Savior January 31st at 7:06 p.m. So that was on the 31st of January. I just wanted to tell you guys about that. I don't know what you all knew, but so that's what happened. And Caleb has gone to be with the Lord, and I just want to tell you that his funeral is next Friday on the 17th at 1 o'clock at Southeast Baptist Tabernacle. I just I just wanted to put all that out there, and of course continue to pray for the family and all of that. So, and I'll talk about different things tomorrow as well. All right. So I will. So I just want to put that information out there for you, as I will see you. I will talk to you tomorrow, Lord willing, for a couple games for the junior high and varsity. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you again right back tomorrow. All right. Once again, this is it for the JV basketball season. It's been a pleasure to call their games this whole time and all that. So have a wonderful evening. Talk to you tomorrow, Lord willing. And this is Matthew Fox, DS's announcer, saying goodbye until tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.